don't know, from a quality of play, I thought we did a good job of connecting passes and having ball in territory, which is important to us. And unfortunately, it didn't lead to enough chances. I think we got in some good areas, but just weren't quite good enough with that final pass or that final run. But I thought it was a promising performance. Ultimately, the game is won and lost in the box, and they were better in that area. I think they got in the box 3 or 4 times and made the most of their chances, and we didn't. But I don't think it was a lack of effort or a lack of quality at the end of the day. I just, it was a game that just didn't go our way. But I left feeling there optimistic about where we're at.
Coach, talk about your team has some playmakers that can do this too, but when it's one player that's kind of doing damage and how you have to adjust to that and the challenges that brings.
You've, as in the Kentucky player Jordan Rhodes that did? Yeah, I mean, I think we gifted her the first goal, and not to take anything away from her. She finished it wonderfully, but it was an errant pass on our part that kind of put her through. And then the second goal was a set piece, a corner kick, and you can't leave a player like her. First of all, you can't give her a chance like we gave her, and then next you can't leave her wide open on a corner kick because she'll punish you. But she's a heck of a player, and she got the better of us on the night, that's for sure.
Good afternoon, Coach. It's October. You guys are inching closer to the SEC tournament. How are you feeling?
Yeah, I feel good. Obviously, would love to be sitting on top of the league, but unfortunately, we've not gotten a couple of results that we needed. But I think we're in a good place. We're right in the middle of the pack. With a great opportunity ahead of us. Playing Auburn at home to pick up some more points. But I think we're in a good place right now.
Coach, Auburn's always a tough one of the grittier games last season. How do you feel about where the rivalry has been with your team being successful the last few years and what they'll bring on Thursday?
Yeah, the interesting thing about kind of any rivalry game like this, but specifically with us against Auburn, it doesn't matter who who's on top of the league or who's on bottom or how good each team is any given year. I mean, it's always a battle. I think some of our some of our years where we've not maybe been, or we've been lower in the standings, we've been able to beat them or play them tough, and vice versa. So, kind of throw all that out the window. It doesn't really matter. That Iron Bowl is different, and I can promise you it's going to be a competitive game.
Hi, Coach. Obviously, Auburn's a big rival game, and it's also your pink out game for the season. How would you compare that energy during those games versus other games during the season?
Yeah, it's exciting. First of all, just anytime Alabama plays Auburn, right? There's always a little bit more to that game, but the fact that there's a trophy on the line, the Iron Bowl of soccer, makes for some energy, and then the Power Pink. Our team always gets really excited about that game. It's a special game, raising awareness for breast cancer, and so it's a fun opportunity to play a great opponent, a great rival on a special day. We're excited.
Go ahead.
She took my question.
Yeah. Okay.
Can you talk about just from a tactical standpoint, or what you see from the Auburn Tigers, and kind of what that's going to bring for you guys on the field?
Yeah, Auburn's a very well coached team. Karen Hopp has been there for a long time and has been quite successful there. So it's a school, a soccer program that's got a history, a long tradition of winning. They're going to be organized. They're going to be stingy. They're going to be tough to break down, and then with the ball, they've got some special players. Anna Haddock is one of the top midfielders, in the conference, and she's a type player that she can score, from just about anywhere on the field. We got to be careful about giving up set pieces in and around the goal. She's quite good there, but they've got a number of good players though. Aside from her, a goalkeeper that's quite good. It's going to be hard to beat, but it's going to be a tough game. But we're excited for the challenge.
Talk about how the kind of rest period has helped you guys. No game this past Sunday.
Yeah, I think it's great. To have these kind of single game weekends built in. So it's a chance for us to kind of rejuvenate, get our legs under us a little bit. I think for the most part we're pretty darn healthy. We suffered the majority of our injuries and players being out at the beginning of the season, which at the time I wasn't happy with, because it was hard to prepare for for preseason with low numbers. But now that we have everyone back, it's awesome that we've actually have training sessions where we've got 20 plus players, healthy players, and then game day selection. It makes it difficult for us to choose because we've got so many players available.
How would you say the result of this game will impact the rest of the season?
Gosh, I think from here on out, just about every game is big, right? You want to pick up points when you can, and especially a home game. against your biggest rival. I think it's an awesome opportunity to pick up 3 points and gain some momentum before we head into a very hostile environment when we go to Texas A&M over the weekend. So 3 points is massive for us, and that's what we'll be going for.